The Charter has 6 points on it. We've talked about changing the election system so you can vote separately on the candidate and the party. We talked about putting some rules around manifestos so that they're all done on a common basis and we can compare between them. We talked about reducing the voting age to 16 and then beyond that. We've talked about reforming the House of Lords. We talked about English devolution. The final point on the list is modernise the monarchy. I absolutely love our Queen and our hereditary monarchy. She's over 90 years old. If she wants to make a world record for being a Queen and die in position, I'm fine with that. But we need to start thinking about what comes next. I think we're in a, possibly unique situation now in that we've got 3 kings in waiting. We've got Charles, we've got William, and we've got George. And I think, to be fair to all of them, they should all announce retirement dates, because I don't think we want any of them dying on the job anymore. It's just not the way we should manage our economy. The role of our head of state is a very important one. Queen Elizabeth has done it superbly in her own way. King Charles, when he arrives, will want to do it in a different way and has other things to offer. And I've put some suggestions in the book about some of the things that a modern monarch could do for us. I don't go with the view that we need to restrain him and stop him from doing the things he's good at. I think Charles has been very forward-thinking in his ideas about environmentalism, some of the architecture that we have in the country. I want a more activist king. A lot of people won't agree with me, but I think we should have that. So one of the things I've suggested is something called the K12. Once we've divided the UK into 12 regions and each of them has a leader, they should meet in a meeting like the G20 and King Charles should chair that meeting. They would have a different agenda to our government. They would primarily be focused on the environment, and I think there's a lot of people that want that to happen, and also quality of life. In business, we always used to send out a survey every year to ask people how they felt about things, and I think we should do that as a country, and I think that should be called the King's Survey. And I think King Charles should discuss the findings from that survey with the leaders of each of our regions. Because we are in a unique situation in that when King Charles does take the role, we'll have 2 other kings in waiting. And I don't think he will, but if he does start to do the wrong things, then it will be this committee of the 12 leaders of each of our regions that actually will have governance over what the king does. So if you like, the kings of each region will get together and say, actually, Charles, you shouldn't be doing that. And if it gets really bad, Charles, you've had your time now. It's time for William. So I think in that way we can actually have some real governance over the king, which is in a different way, gentle way, but actually in an English and British sort of way that will work really well.